guys, what's up? So I'm not gonna lie, I am totally just in my socks right now. I walked around my whole house trying to find good lighting, and even though this is a little bit shady, yep, there it is. This is the best I can do. I've just been so happy to give people a platform to tell their story, because I think every performer has a story to tell. So today I have Alex Allen on. He was host of Mickey's Search Party. This is funny, so let me tell you the story about him and I. Well, the story is that we actually don't know each other. Obviously, I know of him because I was a performer with Disney on Ice as well. He was on one of the newer shows, so I knew him through that, and he was the host of the show. He did such a great job. I never got to see the show, but luckily, Alex explains the whole show and everything he's learned about being on the road and being a performer with many different companies in this interview. So I'm very excited for you guys all to see what he has to say and his wise advice and knowledge that he has to share with you guys. I'm not gonna lie, like I was fangirling a little bit like when I was interviewing him because, well, I've only ever seen him on social media and I've always thought, wow, like he's really, really good. And I've just looked up to him as a performer to performer. Like I think he's amazing at what he does and he captures you. And my point is I couldn't believe that I actually was sitting on the other side of the computer doing a Zoom call with him and I had the chance to completely pick his brain. So other than that, let's get to it, shall we? Yeah, all right, cool.
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Alexander Allen. I'm from Fort Washington, Maryland, and I was one of the live hosts at Disney on Ice Presents Mickey's Search Party.
Oh, excited.
I know, right? Look, I'm ready to watch the show myself.
No, I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave. I don't need to be here. This is good. I like this. Do you know how many countries you've been to?
So I've been with Disney on Ice alone. I've been with them for 9 years. 8 of those years have been consecutive. It's like 8 consecutive years. Then I went to Royal Caribbean and Willie B. Tech Productions for a contract or two in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I freaking loved. Yeah. And then afterwards I did a contract in Los Angeles and now I'm back here again. So 9 years with Disney on Ice I've been. So probably, I've been to a lot of countries. I've done 2 European tours, 2 Asian tours, 2 Australian tours, 3 South American tours, 2 US tours, East Coast and West Coast, 1 Mexican tour. I've only done Mexico 1 time.
Oh my gosh, you've been to so many places.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And I know like we get this a lot. It's just any kind of performer who's traveling, like you always get the question from people that say, what was your favorite place to go?
I love Japan. Japan was amazing.
Oh yeah, that's a common one.
Yeah, that's a common one. Japan was amazing. The food is good. It's very clean. The people were very hospitable to me. It was awesome. The language I thought was very easy to learn. It was great. Europe was very awesome as well. My favorite was the Philippines. I love the Philippines. It's such a beautiful country. And I say that not on the outside, what's on the inside for me. The people are very genuine. They're so nice and everybody's smiling and everybody can sing. That's the crazy part. Every Filipino can sing. Singing brings so much joy. That's why they're so happy all the time. But you go to the malls, like the shopping malls, and there's a karaoke machine outside of majority of the shops because they like to just come up and sing. It's amazing. And New Year's, I've spent 2 New Years and Christmases in the Philippines. I've never seen the stars so bright while being on land than in the Philippines. I would go out like 100 feet into the low tide. The water's nice and warm. Yeah. The sand feels like flour and the stars are amazing. Like shooting stars, you see constellations, the sky is full. It's breathtaking. The New Year's is unreal. Like, let's rewind it back. Christmas goes from like November to the end of January. That's all Christmas. When New Year's comes around, like we get fireworks in the sky, like right here, frontal, we see the fireworks. It goes on for like 5 minutes. We get a fireworks show. In the Philippines, they start shooting fireworks earlier in the day. Yeah. Come 10, 11 o'clock, the sky is full of fireworks. It's unreal. They set the new year off right.
I've never heard of that actually. You're the first to tell me that. That's crazy. I need to go because that was too good of a description for me to be like, okay, next question. Do you remember your audition with Disney on Ice?
I was one of those that did not have to audition. At my local skating rink, the late Joe Thomas, who was at the skating rink. She worked alongside one of the other coaches at our arena. She worked with people's programs. She'd known me for years. She'd seen me skating. I was a young boy at the time. I was very spontaneous. I had so much spunk and I was just doing my own thing. She saw me one day and I was preparing to go to college. He was like, you would be great in the show. I love watching you. You're so refreshing. Would you be interested? Yeah, sure. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. Mind you, in my adolescence, I didn't know anything about shows. I kind of hear about it, but it doesn't sink into how it sinks in now. When we think about shows, we think about live performance, we think about crew, we think about travel days, that whole thing. Younger, it's like, oh yeah, I went to a Disney show. Oh, it was so cool. He was like, okay, I'm gonna hit up my friend and I'm gonna send her your information and I have her reach out to you. Her friend was Judy Thomas. So she reached out to me saying that she had received my information from Joe Thomas, but she still wanted like some kind of video reference to see how I was and what kind of skate I would be. So my coach and I, we put together this video. I sent it to Judy as requested, and she sent me a contract. And that's how I ended with the company as my professional debut in High School Musical, The Ice Tour, as the role of Zeke. High School Musical, The Ice Tour, cast A. If anybody sees this, cast A. Thank you very much.
Okay.
A. B was the best cast. C was the best cast. Now, I was on A and C, so I'm biased. A, we started it all, okay? We kicked it off, but I did close with C, and that was my first European tour, so.
You've been on Disney and just like traveling with different contracts for a long time. Looking back, can you pick out any lessons that you've learned that you'll carry through with you for the rest of your life that you've learned through professional figure skating?
Like touring, we're on the road. We're always on the go. We travel on a weekly basis. We're in and out of hotels. We're in and out of airports and trains and buses, the whole nine. We live that out of a suitcase lifestyle. People pack up and go on vacation and they're stressed out. I'm like, look, let me tell you. I've been on tour for 12 months. I've packed up 52 times this year. It has taught me how to be self-sufficient because when you're on the road, you don't really have too many worries.
Yeah.
But from like Monday to Wednesday, you gotta fend for yourself. You gotta learn how to do your groceries. We all had to mail clothes home.
Yeah.
You gotta find the post office. Where's the shopping mall? Some people who are coffee lovers, like myself, where's Starbucks? And I like to sit at coffee shops for hours. Like I'll go there and I'll read a book, or I'll sit there on my computer and type, or I'll just create something. Others who are in school who did classes online, where is good Wi-Fi? So it just kind of teaches you organization. It took me a minute to figure out how to pack my suitcase so that I actually utilized everything in my suitcase and that my suitcase doesn't explode on a weekly basis.
Did you get those little like packing cubes? Because I don't know what I would have done without those packing cubes.
I did not succumb to the pressure of packing cubes.
Oh, excuse me.
They're not going to help me. I don't think they're going to help me. Because knowing me, if my socks are supposed to go in that cube and I don't feel like putting them in that cube, it's not going to work. For me.
I think they're like training wheels for packing. If you don't need them, you have graduated. Like you're good. You have learned how to organize and properly put everything together without it completely exploding. I mean, they're like a cheat sheet.
It teaches you how to have exactly what you need. I don't like clutter. I don't like feeling overwhelmed.
You need the freedom in your brain to like create.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like you create a lot of, like you have your videos.
Beyond the Edge.
So you create, a lot of videos. Some of them are so funny. And then other videos, it's like Beyond the Edge. You get all these different skaters and they all talk about how each performance gets them in their heart and like what makes them tick. But anyway, so you love to create, but what kind of draws you to the creative part in your brain? Why do you like to create stuff?
It started while I was on the cruise ship. I was on a Royal Caribbean ship, The Adventure of the Seas. We had a lot of unique performers on that show and they were doing all kind of really cool tricks and stunts. that were not in the shows. And I saw that, and a friend of mine, he had an idea for his project that he was working on, and he was like, oh, I want to do this because it emphasizes like lines and pose and, you know, enunciating those things when it comes to show skating. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. Well, I have an idea too. It's called like the edge, where we highlight show skaters. This would be great. Each one will show like a trick, and we'll talk about it and they'll explain it. It's something unique, and it's really dear to show skating.
Yeah.
And from that, we never started. We started with a photo shoot with his project.
Oh, yeah.
And it never really got to mine. People got injured, and it just fell at a bad time. But I looked at that and I saw, you know, show skaters have a story to tell. Every show skater has a story to tell. Every show skater has a background. When a show skater steps on the ice, there's a presence that shows up, and it's a commanding presence that shows up. So I saw that and I thought, wow, we have a lot of unique skaters that perform, and they have something unique beyond what's shown in the show. And in order to see what they do in an ice show, you have to pay for a ticket. And sometimes you're only seeing a fraction of what that person can do. That person may do a cool jump and do some personality things. They'll play a character. But then if you were to come to an open ice session, you would never know that person can do a backflip. That person is a pair skater, and they do these weird, random stuff that nobody's ever seen before, unless you're on a show.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, this is what happens beyond the edge. Not only that, emerging from those skaters, you also have those who can sing, those who can write, visionary for costumes and design, some who have their own businesses. You know, you have all of those things under this umbrella, and sometimes just a show won't see the essence of what they can do. So that is what happens beyond the edge. It's what goes on beyond the life of skating. It's the true essence of that performer. So I saw that and I was like, you know, there's a need to highlight this. Skaters have a story to tell. You know, when we step on the ice, we represent Disney on ice. We represent Holiday on Ice. We represent Illusions on Ice or Art on Ice, whatever. We represent that, but we don't represent ourselves. We are a brand. We have to talk a certain way. We have to cross our legs a certain way. We have to wear a shirt that has, you know, a brand on the front of it. We're never asked, hey, what is skating like to you? Not what is the show about? What is the show about? Tell me about this. Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party, presented by Yo Kids Organic Yogurt. You know, Stonyfield's Yo Kids Organic Yogurt. None of that. Tell me about what skating is to you.
I feel like we all are so close, and you know that there's so much behind each person, but you're right, like, you step on the ice and you're portraying one or a couple things, but like you don't get the inside details of like what that person then.
You don't get a chance to know them. And I've seen it on other companies where they've kind of displayed it in a different way. We need that, right? Y'all see this? Oh, that's what we need. We are our own individual brand. Let's show it. And then at the end of all of my videos, I have them say, this is my signature. Because your signature belongs to you. Each person has their own unique signature. Whether it's a circle with a dot in the middle, it looks like your name in cursive or script, it's your signature. And your skating, your craft, your creativity, your essence of entertainment, however you bring light and joy to yourself, is what belongs to you. It's your identity, it's your signature. So yeah, that's where it all came from.
No, that's amazing. So, you know, you did a lot of interviews with other people, but like, I want to ask you, like, what is your signature and what does skating mean to you? What's your why?
I do it because, you know, I love it so much. I've always enjoyed performing. I liked being in front of an audience. It was something about it. For me, when the curtain opens and the light comes on and the people are there, I'm on. I'm ready. Give me 10,000. Give me 100,000. Let's do it. And you have to give people something to see. And there's something on the inside that is just like, you let your light shine. You know, you don't try to hold anything back. My philosophy when I tell performers, when they're like new performers, and they say, are you nervous? Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I don't know what to do. It's so many people. I said, listen here, when you step out on that ice, because you have to step on the ice, unless you plan on going home tomorrow, you got to step on that ice. But people are going to see you. When you step on the ice, the spotlight's going to come on. They're going to see your face. They're going to see your body. They're going to see your costume. So give them something to see. You can either stand there and look embarrassed, or you can go out there and do the doggone thing. So I go out and I do the doggone thing. And for me, skating is just, it's a breath of fresh air. It is my avenue, it's my gateway. It is how I express myself. It's my personality coming, shining through, greeting the next person. You know, that's what it does for me. It brings me so much joy and a heightened sensation of fulfillment. You know, I feel complete when I'm performing. And that's whether I'm on stage, whether I'm in front of a camera, or if I'm on a set, or whatever the case may be. I just want to be on. I want to be able to be myself. And if I can do that, then I'm fulfilled. And if I'm touching somebody else, that is a bonus. To be able to reach somebody else with the gift that is implanted within you, that is the best gift that you can possibly give yourself.
People are going to see you. Like, that's good. And that's true for everyone. Always be you. You're here for a reason.
Be you. I did a dance class in New York City. This dancer, he said, it's better to be wrong and strong than just right and all right. In other words, when you go out there and you perform, even if you're not sure about what the step is, do it as if it's the right step. Because if you look uncertain and you're messing up, it shows. Yeah. Versus you just being wrong and on point of some sort, the audience can never tell the difference.
There's someone that said one time to me, they can't see how you're feeling. The audience can't see how you feel. That just stuck with me because like I am a very emotional person. So I like often wear it. So, like I'm very much, exactly what I do. You're nailing it. When that was said to me, I'm just like, oh yeah, and it just stuck.
That's good though. That's very profound. The audience cannot see how you're feeling. That's so true.
You know, a lot of people and performers who are forced to go out there when they don't want to and they're not feeling well or whatever it is, and you've got to leave it behind the curtain. You're on the stage or the ice or whatever it is, and you just have to be there and be present and leave whatever it is backstage.
The best compliment that I got from an audience member, we were in the same side, Isabella and I were sitting in the audience because there was no downstairs left and right hallways.
Yeah.
So our consolation was to stay in the bowl and watch the show. It was great. I loved it. We're sitting there in the second row during the Toy Story, and a lady taps me on my shoulder and she goes, just so you know, the show is amazing. This is wonderful. Absolutely love your show and the work that you guys are doing. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I'm trying to stay engaged with what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm in the public eye. And she goes, I understand that you all sacrifice so much time from your families. You're always away. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. That right there was the icing on my cake. That was the cherry on top of my cupcake that I like to eat all the time. That showed me is that you actually see me. You see me for the sacrifice that I've made. And not only me, but it transcends to every performer that you see in front of me.
Yeah.
They've made the sacrifice of bringing some kind of life and entertainment to those who are surrounding. For being the host, you know, we're up close and personal with people, and we meet them, whether they're Make-A-Wish Foundation or they're just people who are saying, you know what, we came here because my daughter wanted to come to a Disney on Ice show. She has leukemia, and her doctor says that this would be the last month that she'll be living, but she wanted to come here. We've had a mom break down while she was telling us while she was here, and we invited her daughter up for, you know, an interaction. And sometimes, you know, it can become a tearjerker. You have to hold those things back, but it's the humbling experience. You know, it's one of those things that really makes you appreciate the work that you're doing. When you stand in the face of adversity, not just from yourself, but from other people. Other people are dealing with a lot of things too, and you bring a lot of positivity to other people's lives. But we deal with our own things, and it's difficult to leave that backstage, but sometimes we have to tell ourselves that this is our avenue. This is our gateway. We're self-conscious about the work that we do because we're our own critiques. There are days where I'll go out and I'll do a show and I'll look at Isabella and I'm like, oh my gosh, does that sound okay? I think I sound hoarse. Do I sound all right? Try different things. I don't like every show to be exactly the same. I could do it. Every show could be cookie cutter. I don't want to do that. I want to make it fresh, so that not only myself and Isabella, the other female host, and the people backstage hear the same thing, but I want them to hear something different. I want to challenge myself to see how versatile can I be? Can I put myself in the moment performing? How good is my improv? Can I make up something? If somebody spills popcorn, can I deviate my mind off script, hit them real quick, and then come back and pick up where I left off at. But I wear my personality on my sleeve.
Like, you have so much positivity to you, and you like let it shine in your hosting and in your videos and just like everything that you create. And I feel like you just live life super positively and you just have a good energy. But how do you that positivity so consistent? Like, or do you do like, you know, some people do daily rituals like morning affirmations or something? Is there something that you do to keep that consistent?
This is just me. I feel like all of my good days, they outweigh my bad days. They really do. You know, sometimes you can make things bigger than what they are, but who are you doing it for? At the end of the day, everything that you do is going to affect you. If I get upset that somebody says something terrible to me, or the fact that the travel day was bad, if I get all bent out of shape, what good does that do me? It does nothing. I'm a realist, but I'm optimistic as well, because things could be worse. I'm very optimistic, but I also know at the back of my mind, I'm very fortunate to be where I am right now, being able to allow my gift to make room for me and put me in front of amazing people. Ever since I was younger, I've always said that the Bible says that the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. When I was younger, I did production shows, and we always had Disney themed production shows growing up.
Wow.
Who would have known that years later, I would be working on the Disney shows? You have to let your light shine to other people.
Yeah.
You know, other people have a worse day than what you got. We ain't got no responsibilities on the road. Some people have houses, yes. Some people have phone bills, but guess what? We have employment. Our life is a vacation. Let's be realistic. We're going to a different city every single week, sometimes countries. We love to skate. You gain experience of being on radio shows, TV shows, news stations. You get that experience that you can put on your portfolio and take it elsewhere afterwards. And then on top of it, you're traveling the world on somebody else's expense. You know how much it is to save for vacation? All we do is we show up and we do what we do best. And then it's up to us to expand on that knowledge. Whether you want to be a line captain, if you want to be a performance director, or if you love to dance and you want to be a choreographer, and expand on that and use the bodies of performers to really allow your vision to come to life. And you just wish you had the time to execute it. That's what you do. You capitalize on those things. And that's what brings you joy.
Who are you without the figure skating, without the professional lights on, everything's on you, the spotlight? Who are you without all the glam?
I am Alexander Jeremy Allen. I absolutely love my family. I love home projects. I love working with my hands. I love building. I have a philosophy of if you want something done right, you do it yourself. So I like learning new skills and new traits. I'm a guy who they like to consider I'm a man of many traits, but a master of none. I don't know if that's like an insult or a compliment. It's good, you know, it's good things, right?
Yeah.
But I like to get my hands in different things.
Yeah.
I'm indecisive. Sometimes I can't really make up my mind on what it is that I want to do or like to do or who I am or what I want. I just like my hand in different things. I'm trying my best to do better at group projects and work with other people like directly, like a large group, but like on a group project.
Yeah.
We have our own individual roles to bring that one project to life. I'm doing better at it because I'm one who is like, you know, if you want to do it right, just do it yourself. I'm one of those guys. I'm a go-getter. I don't really believe in being shy. I mean, you can be shy. I believe you have to try. Sometimes it's mind over matter. You don't have it, it's because you don't really want it. And if you haven't tried, only you know that you didn't try. I love creativity and I love entertainment.
That was really good. Everyone has funny falls in the show or in any show. What?
I fall in shoes. Okay, go ahead.
You know what I'm about to say. Like, what? Do you have any stories? Funny
Okay. All right. Isabella and I, we're live. We were in Australia. We were hosting on Mickey's Memories. Isabella and I, we don't skate in the show. We're in shoes and we work the parameter of the ice surface. The parameter of the rink on the floor and in the audience. And the floor was very slippery in some cities. So we have this bit where Isabella is introducing the next segment, which is Finding Dory. We're walking and we're talking. She's heading up stage. I'm kind of reenacting what she's saying to the audience. At the end, we're like, and here's Dory. We present upstage left to Dory coming out. Isabella, she stops and she says her line like, here's Dory. Meanwhile, I stop and in my Patrick Ewing high top sneakers that I love so much, I slipped and I fell.
Oh no.
Right behind her. I am behind Isabella on my back like this. she's like, Dory.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and afterwards she looks at me like, what just happened? Mind you, we're on stage right center. They saw me fall.
Yeah.
Like they saw it. They saw me fall.
Yeah.
You couldn't have missed it because I fell during her line. And when she's talking, everybody's looking at us and we have our own individual spotlight. So
Yeah.
it happens.
Oh, it does totally.
And being live too, I've also forgotten lines. There's been a
Talk about
time.
that. Like, what is that like?
Okay, so remember I told you that if you're live and you're out on stage, you have to give people something to see. So they can already see you, so you have to make up something.
Yeah.
So there was a line, we're introducing Moana. The line is, there's a girl on a journey to save her people and she cannot fail, but all of you must help her create waves so that she could set sail. Who is that girl? You know, that's the line. Well, Isabella says her line, and I go, hold on, Goofy. There's more to the clue. Hey, everyone, listen to this.
Oh no.
And I go, there's a girl. There's a girl. And I think I looked at it. I think Isabella caught on to it. She knew I forgot the line.
Yeah.
And I think she finished it.
Oh no.
She made something up, but she finished the line. And then afterwards, I'm like, I drew a blank. I didn't know what my line was. It's all right. It happened.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's funny. Yeah.
But in the show, on Mickey's search party, we're getting ready for the 3-minute call. We've already had to get up and dance to dancing and all that good stuff. And Isabella says, wow, that was awesome. And then we get a text tone that says, it's the 3-minute call.
Yeah.
So, oh, we got a text. Me too. The show's going to be getting just 3 minutes. Before the text tone happens, I was looking at the front row and there was this little kid. You know how parents have their children on leashes? Like,
Yeah.
The child had like a leash backpack on, and the child was like in the front. And I'm like, oh, it's so cute, the little doggy backpack.
Yeah.
And it was all this popcorn on the floor.
Mhm.
The child fell off the chair, and I was like, ooh. And like all this is happening on the front row. So it's like, 4 feet in front of me. And I'm like, ooh, oh my gosh. And then the child sees the popcorn. So she starts crawling under the chair for the popcorn. And the mom, who has the leash, yanks her like this. And the child goes,
Oh no.
it has popcorn in both of her hands.
Oh no.
And I'm on the pod watching this like
Oh,
I'm
Oh
pissing
my
my pants
yeah.
on the inside. Meanwhile, our line of the show is going to begin in just 3 minutes. Isabella ended up saying it by herself because I'm laughing hysterically to myself. I can't get anything out. She's looking at me like, what is your problem?
Oh man, that is so funny.
Oh, yeah, that-
I'm like picturing these when you're telling these stories. I'm picturing it, and you do such a good impersonation that I'm just like, I feel
it's
like I was there with you.
Oh, it's totally real.
Okay, if you were to sit down and have a conversation with anybody, alive or dead, like anyone at all, who would it be?
That's a hard one.
I know.
Look, it's not going to be
Oh,
deep.
it's okay. It doesn't need to be.
So there are several people that come to mind. I think that if I was to sit down and interview anybody and just like pick their brain a little bit, it would probably have to be like a Kevin Hart.
Oh, totally.
He's so chilled and down to earth, and no matter what, I feel like wherever I see him, I'm looking at his personality. It's never serious. You see Kevin Hart, you see his personality.
Yeah.
I would like to sit down with him and be like, you know what, bro? How do you capitalize on what you already have? Like, you are yourself. You got yourself an agent and you got yourself out there in the working world, but how did you do that?
Yeah.
How did you become yourself by being yourself?
Well, thank you so much for doing this with me. I feel like honored and honestly like a little starstruck. Like, I'm a fan. I feel like I'm just kind of like coming in from around the, like, you don't even know me, and I'm just like, hey, can you come be a part of this? Thank you. So what are your next steps?
I want to work within the entertainment realm. I want to get to that point where my personality can be utilized on a larger platform. That's my goal. My goal is to have an agent or have a manager and get me in the room of places that can get me to the next stage in life.
Yeah.
I would like to experiment on something different, something bigger and better.
You articulate your words so well that I just get lost in them, and I'm like, yes, you nailed it. Once again, you really impact people.
You know what? That's all you can. You can only be yourself. Everybody else is taken. So.
Hey Alex, are you hardly working or what are you doing over there?